minimal installation, offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
I have an idea. Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Curling Stadium's coverage of the Grand Slam of Curling Canadian Open Tier 2 Championship. I'm Jim Nix, and I will be the voice behind the mic for this one. We are in the men's quarterfinals. And tonight we've got Sam Mooibroek out of Whitby, Ontario, taking on Michael Brunner from Bern, Switzerland. Both teams at 3-1 in the round robin portion of the event. So neither one had to go through a tiebreaker, if I recall. 3-1 didn't get through any tiebreakers. There was 5 teams, I think, that were 3-1. They didn't have to go through the tiebreakers this morning, which were very tough. 3 of them to determine 3 tiebreakers, 6 teams trying to determine 3 spots. So early on here, it looks like Mooibroek does have hammer. They did do a draw to the button, both teams having a similar 3-1 record, so they couldn't go by best record, which they will do in a lot of instances. So we have Brunner throwing one in the forefoot, Mooibroek throwing up the corner, and Brunner throwing another one in the forefoot. Mooibroek looking to play the hit and roll with lead Nathan Steele. Roll behind the corner. And he's just going to get the one, I think. He will end up in front of that one. We're having a pretty good year and a half, or thereabouts. Not very old, this team. They're pretty young still, and they did compete in the Olympic trials in Nova Scotia. They lost the final of Sasktel Spiel, I think, to Mark Keane back a while ago. They won a Spiel in Brantford a while ago. Really an up-and-coming team that we will expect to see representing Ontario a lot over the next probably 10 years or more. And will be a definite threat. If they're able to keep it together as a team, they'll be a definite threat for the next round of Olympic trials in 4 years' time. So second stone now, Scott Mitchell. Look to make the double here. Might make a double and roll. Not sure if he can make the double and roll completely, but he'd be awfully close. He's just going to get the top one and roll out. So Brunner now actually going to peel the guard. Very interesting. Sitting with a rock on the button, basically. In a nothing first end, you would expect it maybe not to be quite this defensive, but they got here somehow, and that might be how they got here. So 3-1 record. Whatever it took to get you here is what you better go with. Scott Mitchell's second shot here in the first end. You might find this a little of an odd call. A lot of it has to do with the fact that you can only blank one end. Second time you blank an end, you do lose hammer. And Sam's looking at this and thinking this is a little bit scary here. It could very well lead to a situation where he has to hit and stay on his last rock, or go ahead and play the blank and give up the hammer. But not very many people are going to do that in the first end or two. Might do that in 6 or 7 or something like that. But that's a long way to go the rest of the game, knowing that you can't blank without losing hammer. He'll pick that out. So Brunner now sitting 2. That was a very nice shot. There wasn't a lot of room to work there. So Mooibroek not going to go on defense here at all. He's just going to stay with this, play the freeze. 4 rocks to come. The third stone. Ryan Whitby, or Weeb, I guess is probably how he pronounces that. Comes up a little late, and all of a sudden, in the first end, Sam Mooibroek finds himself in a bit of trouble. Going to go right in here. Interesting call. He could come just to the 12-foot and play, maybe tuck a corner behind the yellow and more or less guard the rock on the button. Going to get by there, but might still end up with the guard. So maybe not all bad. But a little bit of a missed opportunity because Mooibroek can just come right on top of that now. And maybe even set up a potential deuce. So Anthony Patau, not 100% sure I've got the pronunciation right on that. Not bad, but doesn't have shot rock, so I think Brunner has to seize the opportunity here to maybe steal a point. Coming right in, kind of corner freeze of yellow. quite get there, but if he tucks a corner, he will take away the run. He will do that, just barely. They might have almost left that, but they didn't. So Mooibroek now will play the out turn draw to the button. Probably has to move the red a little bit to get shot rock, but not very much. But it's not a lot of circle to draw to in the first end. Not a lot of circle to draw to in any end, but particularly in the first end. As we said, we are watching men's quarterfinal action here at the Grand Slam of Curling Canadian Open Tier 2 event in Martensville, Saskatchewan. Sam Mooibroek. Terrific young player. Speed's been good here all week. We've been in the neighborhood of 15.5 for hog-to-hog time, which is good. And split times probably in the range of 4.6, 4.5, 4.6, which again is still pretty good considering you won't quite get there, but a nice effort by Sam Mooibroek. Yeah, split times are a little different now with so many players using extensions of various lengths and force, I guess would be the way to put that. So sometimes your split time that you get a 4.6 on might be the same split time that somebody else gets a 4.3 or something like that because they don't have an extension or as much of an extension, so they do slide out a little bit quicker. Split time usually measured from the back line to the hog line. So this should be just a straight guard. He might be trying to get a little bit to the inside of the yellow, although I'm not sure that I see a massive advantage of that. He doesn't want to allow access to that yellow one, obviously, because it could be for 2 or more, depending. I think I would like to put this just outside the rings, probably above the, let's say, maybe above the A in National. He can't afford to bump this, and he won't, I don't think, and he might get to the inside here yet. Just wants to get over there a little bit. That's a terrific shot by Michael Brunner. Very nicely done. We're going to look to play the yellow, I think, directly on the red, which probably would mean he'd pick it out, but wouldn't hang around. I don't think he can get enough of the one to stay around. Has to get by the yellow. If he ever raises this rate into the yellow, you could see possibly a 3-ender for the yellow. They're going to talk a little bit now again about it. Once he gets down, sometimes you get down the other end, it doesn't look quite as appealing or easy as maybe you thought it was in the first place. Easy might be a stretch, maybe less difficult. So I think if what I was referring to a minute ago was if you drive the yellow on the yellow that's in the 8-foot and it ticks the red, it may go from there directly onto the red on the button, which would appear to be a fluke, but I think if they see it and if they're trying to take a shot at it, it wouldn't be the case, although I'm not sure that's what he's doing. He doesn't seem to have the right ice or enough ice for that shot. He might be trying to drive the red through the port onto the yellow and accomplish the same thing. Very, very difficult, and I'm not positive the angles work, but he probably shouldn't hurt himself with anything on this shot, so he's going to take a run at it. So I guess he threw an out turn. He surprised me a little bit. I thought he was going in turn. And look at that. Holy cow, what a shot by Sam Mooibroek. And not only that, it stayed for 2. And I'm sure that Michael Brunner never saw that happening. I didn't think he could make that shot and stay for 2. See, the sweeper's gone very well called. Not an easy shot to call. Not sure on why the out turn. I think just get the right rotation on the yellow rock after it hits, so it's going on the in turn rotation. And Skinny's by the top one, makes it perfect and stays. I think I wouldn't have been shocked to see him make it. I'm shocked to see it stay. So a great shot by Sam Mooibroek here to finish off the first end. We'll go to break and be back in just a minute.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Mooibroek with a 2 in the first end, and we're going to take one final look at that last shot by Sam Mooibroek to score 2. You're going to see it here. He's going to throw the out turn across the face of the yellow stone on the right as you look at it on the overhead. Trying to hit probably, it's about a half, maybe a half a rock, and he hits it here perfect. Just skinnies it by and enough to stay. That's really a remarkable shot for Sam Mooibroek in end #1 here. So as a result, as we say, he has a 2-0 lead after one end of play in an end that Michael Brunner probably feels like he dominated, but at the end of the day, Mooibroek pulls off a spectacular effort to score 2. Trying to get a piece of the center line, he will. We're just going to go around the corner. He didn't really do anything wrong in that end, I don't think. I think it was, you were going to have to leave something somewhere, and that was about as difficult as you could make it, I think. Lead Andreas Gerlach. Nice looking come around here, around the corner. Should stay around the tee line. And well, that's very nicely done too by Andreas. We're going to follow it down. He can touch that red rock that's out there if it ever gets over there. He just can't remove it from play. It's still in the free guard zone. But if he rubs it, that's fine. Second stone, Scott Mitchell, with his first here in the 2. Trying to get it over there. And I think he'll get enough to get it out. He will. Shooter probably going out or close to being out the back, but maybe not quite all the way. And it won't be, but that should be okay. It's way at the back. Brunner, even though he's down to nothing, is contemplating peeling that guard. Probably fairly lightweight. Maybe try to roll on the rings behind the corner guard. Maybe not. You know, it looks like he's going for the double. or the triple, depending. Does have one corner to work with, but that could disappear after this shot. So it would be nice if he could make this and hang around somewhere between the center and the corner. This is Romano Keller-Mayer, or Mayer, probably. And he will get not very much changed, except for the color of the rock out front. A little unlucky that he didn't get a little better angle on something there. And we'll now get rid of the corner. Scott Mitchell once again. Get that, no problem. Also get rid of the red center guard, so bonus. I think Brunner has to, I was going to say he has to play a draw, but I don't think he's really playing a draw. I think it maybe, it's a little bit hard to tell because they're not really very animated in their movements, and we don't have mics on the players, so we don't know what they're saying. Not that we might understand what he was saying anyways, but Brunner with a one red one in here now, at least, but we're playing the run back with Ryan Wiebe. Ryan, like all these young guys, could throw it up there pretty quick. It'd take virtually all of the curl out of it. Actually, sometimes they put a little bit of a we would call a negative ice situation on it, or at least a situation where the rock will back up somewhat. Brunner down 2-0. Doesn't have to panic here. He just also is in that game, that same situation where he doesn't really want to have to blank the second end, despite being down 2-0. Right around to the back one. It's a very nice shot. It doesn't overcurl. Overcurled a little bit, but still a very nice shot. Sam Mooibroek, I would think now we'll just run that yellow one right into the red. You'd hate to lose it by mistake, but he might draw. He is going to draw. A little bit surprised by that, but he really wasn't. He wouldn't mind forcing Brunner into using his last rock to take one. So basically forcing, but it doesn't have to be the same kind of force that we would normally say. Could be easily just be forced by having a single rock in the rings, and early enough in the game that nobody wants to blank the end and lose their advantage of being able to blank later. So it doesn't take as much to force the other team right now, but Ryan Wiebe trying to get to the back one. Don't know if he's going to get there. These guys can take it a long way, but can he get all the way back there? Not so sure. He will not. Actually, he's probably fortunate he didn't get another maybe 6-8 inches of distance, because then this double might be that little bit easier to make and stay. So Anthony Patow, which I apologize to Anthony and friends or family if I've got that name destroyed. His final rock in end number 2. Trying to make the double here. Just needs to get across the face a little bit. Not much. That should probably do it. Ooh, it did. Oh, it worked out. Not exactly what they were trying to do, but it did work out. So Brunner sitting 2 now. Straight back double for Mooibroek, though. But still, couldn't do much better. There he goes. Good shot by Sam Mooibroek, and not only that, it spreads the 2 rocks about as far apart as you can humanly have them. But it also is behind the tee line, and somewhat behind the corner guard, so you have an opportunity here. If you can make it really good. Just tell you while we're going here that our other game that has actual broadcasting commentary with it tonight is another one of the 4 men's quarterfinals that would be game between Mark Keane and Yamaguchi, and that game is early on, obviously, same as we are. It's just a 1-0 score right now for Keane, I believe. Yeah, 1-0 score for Mark Keane early. Get you the other scores as we go along, and remind you again that for this event, for the Tier 1 event, for anything going on pretty much in the curling world, drop into www.curlingzone.com and you will find all of the scores for, as I said, virtually every event of any note at all. And that doesn't mean it has to be like a big money anything. It just has to be a spiel that has some teams and has people that are willing to help out with entering scores, that sort of thing. So just going to sneak this one by. I think he won't. Well, a little miss on the sweep call on that shot. Brunner might not be real happy with that one. They did go on it. They just maybe were just a touch late rather, and he might have actually been a touch light as well. So Mooibroek now will hit the red one and force Michael Brunner to draw the 8-foot or so, full 12-foot, whatever it might be, depending on where he rolls with this for his single. If he rolls in towards the 4-foot, it might be that he plays a takeout instead of the draw. Sam Mooibroek, as I said before, from Whitby, Ontario, not too far outside of Toronto. And that works out pretty good. Expect Brunner to play a draw here. And he will. He really doesn't need much better than full 12-foot. But sometimes that full 12-foot is hard to find. So for Michael Brunner, let's hope he's got a feel for the draw weight early here and makes this without too much trouble. As he's already down 2-0. You certainly don't want to give up one. And the situation here is if you're either probably going to score 1 or you're going to give up 3, because those 3 rocks are all within a couple of inches of being the same distance from the center. So Michael Brunner, Out of Bern, Switzerland, the draw to the 12-foot for 1 here in end number 2. And tighten this game up. Doesn't have any backing. Weaver's going a little hard there for a minute, but they've let up a little. I think he should be flying. And it comes sliding into the house. Will stop right about there. And Michael Brunner will pick up a single here in end number 2. And we will be back right after the break with Brunner trailing Mooibroek 2-1.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. TheRockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
So we're back to Martensville for end number 3 in this quarterfinal match between Mooibroek and Brunner. Mooibroek with a 2-1 lead and holding hammer here in the third end. So far it hasn't been all Mooibroek, to be honest. First end was pretty much controlled by Brunner, but Mooibroek just made a spectacular final shot for 2. Control the second end a little bit more so, forcing Brunner to take his single, drawing against 3 on the final shot. Around here, he's got the one guard up early enough in the game, and he's not trailing by so many that he has to panic. A bit of panic. Let's change the wording on that, so he doesn't have to get ultra aggressive in attempting to steal, especially with the first one ending in a pretty good place. Shoot. This must work. It's an odd-looking stroke, no question about it. And it will slide too far. Brunner will now draw right to the pin, where he will ask Romano Keller Meyer to draw to the button, that is. Very nice shot there by Romano. Early enough, or not early, it's late enough now that Sam Mooibroek can run the guards, and he will do that. He may try to take it over the top of his yellow one, which would then go back and take out the red. And maybe even something else in the back. But for now, plan A, make sure you get rid of the guard. Scott Mitchell. To peel. It'll be close. Not exactly what he wanted. Didn't want to leave the shooter there. That was the first thing. He was really, he was happy to try to get that back one, but he had to try to get it over the top sort of thing, not going straight back. So it looks like they'll throw another rock in, probably right around the yellow, full 12 foot probably. I don't think he's looking to get second shot or third shot, I guess, here. Whatever, he's already sitting 2, so I don't think he's trying to add to that at this point. Just wants to get a decent guard up there, which would be a good start because he needs to steal a single somewhere to kind of get back on even footing with Mooibroek. He's got to curl a fair bit. Don't know if it's quite got the weight. Not bad. Actually, it's got enough weight. Pretty good. Got enough behind the guard, I think, that it's not going to cause any problems other than when Sam runs this back into it, which he may well be doing. Could be a lot of rocks moved, but that was going to be the case no matter what. So Scott Mitchell again. Like to hit this. He could hit this just a hair off a nose. It would be pretty good, I think. There you go. Pretty good job, but a pretty good situation still for Michael Brunner as well. Only halfway through this end, though, so he's going to have to make these guards pretty frequently from now to the end of this end. Look to get this just about to the center line, not really anywhere past it, and not too deep. Might be okay, but a couple of feet shorter might have been that little bit better. Could give it all the reds here. Hits the, as you look at the long view here, if he just hits the red one, probably 2/3, somewhere around 2/3 to 3/4. The front one drives it on the red in the middle, then goes back and picks off the red at the back. Shooter may stay, may not. Well, probably would if you make that shot because it's probably not going anywhere, but Ryan Weeb with a rocket, and he will get, no, that's pretty good. He moved most of everything off the 4 foot. Did leave one Michael Brunner stone that would be difficult to get out. Looks like he's going to throw the guard on the red stone, which basically the same thing as guarding the yellow, or very close, maybe not quite. Probably if he could get, which way is he going here? If he could get just to the center line, that would probably be the best spot for this shot. Don't want to go anywhere past that, or else it's going to be open on the out turn. And that's pretty good. Very nicely done. Pretty even match so far. Looks like Sam's going to play the double run again. They're close enough together that there is some logic in this. Try and weave with this final stone here and 3. Not going to quite get to it. Might not touch it. Nope. Might touch the top one, obviously, but didn't touch the yellow. So another guard for Team Brunner. If they can do this 2 more times, they should be in a pretty good position to steal one. Although there is another run back out there, and not radically different than the one that Sam Mooibroek made just a few minutes ago. Actually, it's very similar. Michael Brunner is first here in 3. Trying to guard the red, or guard the yellow. Ultimately guard the red, but do so by guarding the yellow right now. Looks like that's going to be fine. And it will. There's a decent amount of distance between those two now if they were to go after them. Looks like Mooibroek might not choose to go after them. They are talking about it, but I think he's looking at the outturn draw. Not necessarily looking to get shot rock here, by the way, if you're wondering. He's it's a bit of a setup shot, so if he comes in and sits full 8 foot, probably, yeah, a couple inches off of the 4 foot and or probably 4 or 5 inches off the center line, would be an opportunity to maybe run that into it on the next shot for a multiple score. So Sam Mooibroek first looking to place this rock in the 8 foot. It's really a setup shot. Okay, it's a pretty good shot. It almost curled too much to be able to use it, but it's not too bad. So Brunner trying to figure out where to go here. Only 1 rock each to come. I would not disagree with the idea of throwing one where his broom is on the outturn side. Looks like that's what they're going to do. You just have to make sure you don't leave this a little bit short of the red, where he can either make a in-off double or a slash double, whatever kind of double you want, because the double would be for a 2 or a 3, depending on how many rocks you eliminated. Okay, so Brunner's final one here in the 3rd end. Looking to mostly protect this red, to be honest, but he's sort of hopefully not getting caught in between 2 shots, because he's also thinking in his mind, I'm sure at some point, that it's like, you know what, we're set pretty good here. Like, we don't have to do much. And you're right, if all you want to do is force them to take one. That's going to be a very nice shot by Michael Brunner. That's a dandy. Holy cow. Mooibroek probably going to give up one here. I don't think you can cut the angle on this red enough. You have to go across the red and barely touch it in order to get rid of both. And if you don't do that, then I think you're playing to give up one, because I don't see the other rock in the house moving. Might possibly be the women beside us or wherever they are. Mooibroek with his final rock in N3 on the way. Looking to find a way to minimize the damage more than score. He's going to probably not touch anything. And sure enough, Michael Brunner will steal two after a really nice draw here in the third end in Martensville. You're watching on Curling Stadium, and we'll be right back after the break.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
Welcome to therockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, The Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
So Micah Brunner with a big steal of two in the third end takes a 3-2 lead to the fourth. Here at this Tier 2 event, Grand Slam of Curling's Canadian Open Tier 2 event. A great field, really. A lot of players in this, a lot of teams in this that have participated in the Olympic trials, that have also played the odd time in Tier 1. Guys like Reed Carruthers were in this event. Reed, a long-time player on the Tier 1 side. Didn't make it to the playoffs here. He had a really bad last game. Didn't last very long, 4 ends, but it was not pretty. And Andrew Stapera made it through to the playoff round. I believe. I better not say that. That might not be true. I'd have to go back and look that up, whether he played this morning in the tiebreakers or not. But regardless, neither one of them are here now. Lead Andreas Gerlach. Going to throw guard on the rock in the 8 foot. Needs to curl. Needs to curl a little more, and he will get there. Well done. And got a piece of the center line to boot, so you can't move it. I know Sam was going to try to move it anyway, but this looks like a draw around the corner. This looks like a pretty nice shot coming in here. And it will curl enough to get behind the guard. Very well done. Mano Keller Mayer. I'd like to know how to say that too. It's not that hard, but it looks like it's either Mayer or Meyer. I'm not sure which. Throwing up a second guard, a higher one this time. Pretty good spot. Overcurl a little tiny bit, but not bad. And one problem with it did expose that one, so it does give Mooibroek a chance to play the middle one. Maybe even roll on the rings, but certainly roll over and make that corner just that much better. This will be Scott Mitchell. Gets by, bumps it out. Maybe. Sam's going to have to work on it a little bit. That's very well done. Gave himself a little more protection on the rock that's around the corner. So great shot by Scott Mitchell. We're now thinking about what he wants to do. May have to go guard again. Be difficult to do anything with that stuff on the corner, but it looks like he's going to go after it. This could end up with a not good situation, but he will pick it thin, avoid his own, but I don't know if that was the greatest shot call or not, but so Mooibroek now will try to chase the red in the 8-foot. Maybe get right to the nose of it. He could also probably try to hit it a little bit thin, maybe a third of a rock, roll behind the corner. Not sure which way he's going. We'll have a look. Looks like he's trying to get to the corner, but mostly trying to get to the rock right now. Not going to quite get it, and it will roll out. So needed to get a little more of that than that one, that's for sure. So going to chase this corner again. Or the one in the house, maybe. I'm not sure which yet. I would think he, a bit surprised. I would have thought probably played the corner back into it. Roll over and offer some protection, more protection on your own. That's in the, bite in the 4-foot. Looks like he's going to get this and probably take his own. No, he missed it again. Fortunate. Well, it is wide open now. Problem is, so is your own. And Mooibroek now just has to be able to hit and trade 3 takeouts and score 2 here. I think Brunner had him in a little bit more trouble than that if he had wanted to go for it, but wasn't comfortable, so that's fine as well. Ooh, this one is going hard. I don't know he's going to touch it, and he is not. Ryan Weeb is going to slide right by. I don't know if he underthrew it or if he just was tight. It sure wasn't a lot of weight, but maybe a little bit of miscommunication on what weight that Sam wanted. But either way, he misses it, and now Brunner has a chance to force Mooibroek into taking one in this end. This is quite a change around the space of about 2 shots. And they'll hit it right on the nose. Mooibroek might ignore this. And he will. Very aggressive call. Now he's trying to get us 2. He doesn't mind throwing against a couple on his last shot to do it, but a lot of people would be hesitant to do this, but I applaud him for it. He understands the rules, understands he doesn't want to blank, so he's going to go hard to get his deuce here in the 4th end. But not good for Ryan Whitby. Not Ryan's favorite end curling that he's ever played, for sure. That is not good, and Michael Brunner now has Mooibroek in big trouble. So he'll be the in-turn draw. Try to get into basically the bite, the top of the 4-foot, I would say, would be the distance. This one's got to curl a little bit, but usually does. Finished pretty hard here in Martensville. Not going to quite get to where he wanted to go, but not bad either. It's a nice weight. Brunner seems to have a pretty good handle on the draw weight here today. It is tonight where I am. Tough decision from Mooibroek here. Looking this over. Could go in-turn through the hole, although the stagger doesn't fit well for that. Could go out-turn draw through the hole. A little rub, maybe. Or could come all the way around on the in-turn. Or the out-turn. Could come around on the out-turn, I think, and get shot rock. So I think Sam is probably playing a lightweight, probably lightweight takeout, but I use the term takeout loosely there because I don't know that this will have a whole lot on it. He's really trying to get across the face of this a little bit and flop in behind the long guard. I believe that's the shot call. I don't know what else he'd be doing here otherwise. So Sam Mooibroek's first here in number 4. Try to carve it over a little bit here. Still going to have to go a little more to get it over there. Not quite, but a good effort. You can see Sam wasn't going to overthrow that. He just wanted to have enough weight to make sure that it would move enough if he could get to where he wanted to get. Just couldn't quite get there. Brunner now going to play a very similar shot he just played, I believe. I think he's trying to tuck in around the yellow. Even full 4-foot around the yellow is fine as long as he gets a little bit of curl. And Sam Mooibroek will have a tough shot. He's probably going to have to play a little bump on his own when this is done. assuming it's still there. I think it will be. I don't think you can do both. I don't think you can come around it and also make the bump difficult. It's already probably going to be difficult, making it real more difficult. So Brunner now. Brunner's last rock here in the fourth. We're coming off a 3-1 record in the round robin. This one's got to curl a mile and maybe slow down as well. No, speed's probably not too bad. No, he's going to have number 2, so not terrible by any means. Could have just made it a little tougher by getting a little bit more curl is all. He's just a little nervous of making contact with the yellow. I'm not sure, but he sure had plenty of real estate to be able to make that shot. Having said that, once again, perfect weight. Sam Mooibroek now, already trailing 3-2. Does need to make this. You make this tie it up at 3 after 4. With hammer in the even ends, not a terrible situation. You'd rather be up 1 or 2, but sometimes it just doesn't happen that way. But he does need to stay on this, and he needs to get shot rock. In turn, sweeper's not doing too much, so I think it's probably comfortable to say it's looking good. And he'll hit and will not roll. So let's see who's shot rock here. I still think it's yellow. Yeah, it is yellow. So Mooibroek will pick up 1 in the end number 4 and tie this up at 3. And that will be the situation when we come back from the break here in Martensville.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
So with the teams opting not to bother taking in a little extended break that they are allowed to have here, we are back on track in end number 5 in a tie game between Mooibroek and Brunner. Brunner having hammer here in the 5th. Game moving along pretty nicely, to be honest. It's like bang on an hour, and that's nice to see. That's clocks certainly help with that. Actually, the clocks probably dictate that, to be honest. So Brunner playing the free, or Mooibroek playing the freeze here. Nice shot. From Leadstone, Nathan Steele. Looks like Brunner making some kind of a play on this yellow rock. Can't be throwing it real hard. That's quite a bit of ice. Should be okay for line, I think. Might have to carve it in a little bit now, and they will. Pop it out. Can he get it all the way out? That'll be the question. And Brunner will not be able to get it out. Mooibroek going after the red one this time. Ooh, that doesn't help too much. Especially without hammer, he moves it off the center. So a tough break there for Mooibroek lead, or second Scott Mitchell. Fortunately, there's a lot of yellow rocks around here, and we're just thinking about what to do with them. Looks like he's going to hit this one way at the back here. There would be a lot of teams wouldn't play this shot. They might draw. They might go over there in front of it, but they wouldn't play a hit at this outside rock that's going to be hard to even hit and stay on. But first of all, they got to hit it. Looks like they will make contact. Will it hang around? A little bit doubtful. And Sam Mooibroek trying to get it out. Doesn't quite get there. So those two rocks are probably relatively close. Hard to tell there with the way the scoreboard bar, or whatever that's called, goes across. But we'll worry about it later. We got 5 or 6 rocks to come. Good chance it's going to change before we get there. But for now, Scott Mitchell will hit the red in the house. And right on the nose, and pick the red off the back. That eliminates the question if it's in or out. There was some interesting strategy here, I will say. Going after the rock out in the 12-foot again. We'll try to roll on, maybe even fairly close to the yellow that's in the 8-foot. That's a good shot. Mooibroek now going to try to hit the red, but get across the face of it a little bit and bump his yellow over as well so they can spread those out. Not an easy shot, but definitely a makeable shot, and one that would be very beneficial if he can pull it off. Ryan Wiebe. Sticks the red, bumps the yellow, just doesn't move it very far. So Brunner may play the double here. Same situation we talked about earlier. It's getting later, so a blank end maybe might be willing to give up, or not, might be willing to take a blank here and retain the hammer going to 6. Might be very worth it if he gets a chance to do that even. For now, we've got the interim peel weight shot as he tries to get rid of both yellows. He can do it a couple of ways, hit this really thin, and he will. Jams on the back, but gets everything going. I'd like to hit that a little bit thinner, if anything. Save the shooter. But generally speaking, a good shot. Mooibroek now is going to hit the corner, and you can see the intent here is really just to force Brunner to hit and stay on his last shot, or choose to blank, one of the two. Normally you wouldn't be real excited about having the opposition have a chance, or maybe playing a split here. I take that back. I thought he was hitting that rock. Maybe I just didn't think about the color. Trying to come across the top of that, split both of them onto the rings. Don't know if he's going to get a piece. No, he's going to go right by, I think. Got a little piece, but not big enough to make the split. We're just leaving it there for third stone, Anthony Patel. Would like to stay here this time. They'd rather not have Mooibroek play that split again. And they will. So 4 rocks to come, and in number 5. Should hang around as well, and it will. Same shot. You know, with the scores of all the quarterfinal games here, we have 4 dandies going on, and we'll give you the score update here just in a minute. Remind you too, as we always do, that all of the scores are available on Curling Zone. Not only for this event, but the Tier 1 event and almost any curling event of any note at all going around the world. We'll have the scores posted on Curling Zone, and generally speaking, right up to date. So you can use that as a great resource. You can see what's going on, what's coming up, who's played, past winners, all kinds of stuff like that. So Michael Brunner now looking to just hit and stay right there. And he will. Haven't seen this team very much, but pretty impressive team. Out of Switzerland. Sam Mooibroek now. Just hit and stay right there. Force Michael Brunner to make a decision. Try to roll it over to make it a little tougher, but I don't think it really matters. We'll see what Brunner's going to do here. Fifth end, not an end you'd love to take a point, but and I haven't decided if they are taking a point. It looks to me like this is going to be a blank. I don't think that you would be drawing with that ice. You would probably get the edge of the 8-foot. And it will be a blank. So Michael Brunner uses his first blank end here in end number 5. Reminder once again, if he were to blank again on purpose or by mistake, then he would give a hammer. He wouldn't get to retain the hammer, which is a valuable piece of property. And we'll be back right after the break.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird, weekend, and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
So we did say we would update you on the quarterfinal action here, and we will do that right now. It won't take very long. Over on sheet 1, Lucas Klima and Chao Ming Zhu from China are 3-2. Klima leading with hammer, playing the 4th. All these games are a little bit behind our game. Our game, as we know, 3-3 and playing the 6. Ramsfeld leads Kelly Knapp by a score of 2-1 after 3 ends of play, and he does have hammer in the 4th. I assume these games are a little further than this, but for now. And then Mark Keane and Yamaguchi are both tied at 4, with Keane holding hammer in the 5th. Now you're up to date. All pretty close. Biggest difference is single point, so... Got some guards up, though. Got some action starting here in end number 6. Brunner knows he cannot blank this end. Well, we assume he knows, and I'm sure he does. We did have a team that blanked an end earlier in the competition. Just forgot about the rules, but... from what we could tell, at least, and what I was told, that was the case. So Brunner coming around the yellows. Lead stone, Nathan Steele. Oh, no, sorry. We're up to second stone, Scott Mitchell. Guys have both wearing the white and the black hats and both the same size, so. Coming down to the red, trying to get right to the top, although he looks pretty short. Quite light. Got another guard, but it's already a little messy. looks like he's going out front with this. Again, a little hard to tell. They don't make a real distinct movement to tell us what the shot is. Distinct indication, I guess. I don't think he'd be coming right around here, but he might be. He does have hammer, though, so maybe. Make sure you don't leave it just above the red. It looks like it's going past the red. Quite a bit past the red. Mooibroek taking it back a little bit. So Mooibroek may be in a little bit of trouble, but they're only one shot away from changing that completely just by making this shot. Scott Mitchell will be taking his second attempt at the very same shot, so should be pretty close on this one. Needs to curl a little bit. I guess it needs to curl a lot. Going to go right around that one to the back one. Not going to quite get there, but not very happy. Worst thing is just where it ended up. It didn't, even if it had ducked in there a little bit, would have been better. Mana, Keller, Meyer gone down to have a look, as are the rest of the squad. Brunner does have hammer, and it's a little bit convoluted around the center of the sheet, a little more so than you like to see when you have hammer, but so far it's all favoring the Swiss team. A lot of conversation here. Could hit the yellow. Could pick the yellow and not lose either one of your own, but he could hit it on the nose, I guess, but it would leave a double for Mooibroek. A little bit of a tough decision here. And I think we've got a timeout, so they will have the coach come out. Pretty sure I saw that happening, and have a little bit of a discussion about this. Not easy here. A lot of yellow rocks in the front to belong to Mooibroek that he could run back in there at some point. The team going to get together with the coach and have a little chat about this. It's an interesting call, I think. Not bad. If you can put it right there, it's a pretty good shot. No question. Here's Stone. Second stone, rather. Where are we at here? We've got second stone. Romano Kellermeyer with his final one here. Coming in to try to freeze on the yellow. Not sure he's going to get there. He's not going to come close to getting there. Well, it does protect a little bit of the run back options that might have been available to against Mooibroek or for Mooibroek against Brunner. But it also leaves a little tap on the yellow, which more importantly would be shot rock if he made it. Ryan Weeb looking to make just a little tap on this yellow. He's curling. Well, it's a very little tap. Unfortunately for Team Mooibroek, it's a nose hit now to get rid of all the yellows. Just probably a little bit light on that. So third stone, Anthony Patau now look to hit this pretty much on the nose. He could hit it a little tiny bit on the outside even and roll out, bite the 8-foot instead of staying right there and still make the double. Make it curl a little bit. It's going to be making the double. Well, and he'll sit right there. Obviously, that was their choice on that shot. Sam having a look here, trying to figure out how he's going to get out of this right now. Not too difficult to make a double here. Probably the double on the rock by the broom and the one at the back of the 4-foot. Might even be able to stay out there in the 12-foot somewhere. Brunner would still be in a, whoa, he's throwing this hard. Oh, he may be going after them all. Great shot. I didn't think that he would be going after them all. It was a really, really tough. I'm not sure yet. We're going to have another look here. It's probably a called shot because he threw this really, really hard. And I don't think you would throw it that hard if you were just going after the double. That's amazing just to see that shot and see it working, and they did. Still a pretty good situation for Brunner, though. They can come around. Have his third stone coming right around that. And should have still an opportunity at 2 if they can put a couple of rocks in the right spot here. You don't want this one to slide back behind the tee line. It's going to. Well, in the space of, again, it happens all the time, possibly after this shot, you will have a situation where Mooibroek looked like he could easily have given up 2 or 3 to a situation where he almost automatically will end up stealing one. So if he makes a great shot right here, it's going to be very tough for Brunner to do anything about it. He certainly doesn't really want to give up a point here in the 6th end. So Sam Mooibroek's first one here in 6 and looking pretty good. Oh, it just needs to curl. It's just a little bit lazy getting over there. It's not bad, but it just did not quite make the curl that I was expecting to see, and they were probably expecting to see. So Brunner with a chance here to flip the switch again and sit two of them in great shape if he can get to the inside of that. He doesn't have to get it out, just has to get to the inside, bump it back to be number 3. And it will be very hard on Mooibroek. Where does he have? He doesn't have a whole heck of a lot here. But he's got to make this first. Sweeping to keep it straight here. I think they're probably going to have to sweep it to curl here in a minute. They might have been jumped the gun on that. Wrong sweep situation there for Team Brunner. So now, as I just said, Sam Mooibroek easily could steal more than one here if he makes this little hit and roll in. Or if he chooses to ignore that, better yet, he just played this shot and just come right in. They do not have a good setup right now. They do have that really long angle raise on the red that we see that I think Sam just indicated. Maybe, I'm not sure if he did or not, but looked like he kind of slashed the broom in the direction of that long raise. And you've seen that happen because he made one himself a couple ends ago. Well, 4 ends ago. So a bit of a mess. It happens quite often when you have hammer and all ends up with a bunch of center guards. It's really hard to prevent just a 1 or 2 shot make by the opposition without hammer, and they are in great shape, and they are here. I'm not even sure that Brunner could get that yellow out if Sam didn't even throw a rock, but he's obviously going to throw one. It just looks like to me like he's playing the draw right on top of the yellow. Probably don't want to bump it very much. If you do, you could end up setting an in-off from the red, off the red, that might give him a score. Might give him a double, but more than likely going to give him a score. So this looks like they're just playing a guard, but I don't know that that's really what they were playing. That seems a bit odd, but I don't know that it guards anything is the thing. I think it's really just a redundant. It's anything that was ever going to hit that yellow guard was never going to make happen anyway. So you've got an angle raise takeout for 3, which would be massive here in the 6th end, obviously. Currently looking at maybe giving up one, and Brunner has decided. Kind of very casually walked out, put the broom down and kept going, and they're going to chat a little bit about it now, but tough call on this one, but an opportunity for, well, it's probably an opportunity for 2 more than 3, to be honest. 3 is there, I think, but that would be really hard. And you'd have to throw it with not rocket launcher weight here to make sure that you got it past the red. But I'll tell you what, 1 or 2 would be a bonus for Michael Brunner right now. 2 would be great, but he wouldn't be unhappy if he even just scored, because it has looked, ever since Mooibroek put that one in there, it's looked like he's probably going to steal a point or 2. So it's on its way. Sweeper's on it early. Single sweeper, can he hold it though? Can he? And he's close, really, really, really close. Great shot. What am I talking about? Again, another super easy looking angle raise takeout by these skips. See this again. Kind of lose it a little bit here, but we'll pick it up before it makes contact. And he hits about a half a rock or a little less, I guess. Drives it right on there perfectly and scores 3 in end number 6. What a turnaround. Holy smokes, this was a wild end. So Brunner will take a 6-3 lead when we come back from the break.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
So we are back, and after a spectacular shot by Swiss skip Michael Brunner, he has taken control of this game and leads 6-3 as we go to 7. So blanking the 5th M for Brunner didn't come back to haunt him. For a wee bit of time it looked like it might, but just a terrific shot. Angle raise takeout, probably I'm thinking 6, 10, 12, probably 14, 15 feet, something like that total, at about a 45-degree angle. And you're going to see one more shot at it here. So it's out there a ways, I guess not 14, maybe a dozen feet, 12 feet. Looking to hit it on probably a third of a rock, actually. And drives it in perfectly, absolutely perfectly. Didn't even jiggle the back red one, which I wonder if he'd be able to hold. But Mooibroek's played this game a while, played this game at a pretty high level, and understands how he has to play here to get back in this. Really needs a 3 spot here, but 2 would be something that he could probably live with. That was almost a hog stone. That's a very high corner guard, probably not super useful. You might have to throw another one around there, sort of stack the corners. But so Michael Brunner going into kind of that no man's land on the corner guard kind of thing. I haven't quite figured out this strategy yet. I don't think he's coming right around to bury. I think he might be, but I think he's more trying to take the draw away from Mooibroek, so they don't necessarily want to bury it, just want to be in the 8-foot. Probably edge on edge, somewhere around there. I shouldn't say I don't understand it. I get that it works. Kind of like that's, when you think of what that shot's designed to do, it certainly has done that and done it well. Stops Sam Mooibroek from using the corner, and yet the red one is far enough over he can't play the hit and roll off of it either. So Mooibroek now will look to move something back here. I think, unless he's coming right around the red. We'll see in a second what he throws for weight here. So I think he's playing to move the red a little bit, the red on the center line, bump it back a little, maybe get a little inside flop behind the other red. Got to be there. Got to have enough weight to move these rocks a little bit. Yeah, they just need a little more on those shots. They're just not quite throwing them enough, and you don't want to be heavy, but at the same time, You want, like, that shot doesn't really do anything other than put a yellow one in the house, because both those rocks now are above the tee line. Now you can make the double, but that was not the intent. The intent there is to move them back a little bit so they can be used by the Mooibroek team as maybe rocks to form a little wall back there or protect against a removal. So this one's going to roll a little too far, but, well, maybe not. Good shot. We're halfway to an 8-ender. Mooibroek, kind of the same idea here. Just come in, maybe bump that top red one a little bit, leave your shooter right there so that it's very difficult, at least, to remove it. Corner guards are kind of ineffective, I guess, a better word now. So the long corner guard is going to offer zero protection to anything, and the other corner guard's in a good spot, but the Swiss team took it away kind of with that draw. I don't know what to even call that, just that 8-foot draw that isn't really going around a corner, but it's in the neighborhood. Call it the neighborhood draw, so it's not going to quite come up enough. Wall wide open, so things not going really well for Sam Mooibroek right now. Center guard up for Team Mooibroek. They're going to need a couple of those. That one's not bad. They would like to be a little tighter on that one just to have a little more room to space them, but that's not too bad at all. Brunner will have lead. Andreas Gerlach go right to the 4-foot. Mooibroek guard again. To get to the center line, get a piece of that center line to make sure that it can't be ticked anywhere, and he will do that perfectly. So two very nice stones by Nathan Steele here in the 8th end. And there's Gerlach with his second. Probably be going basically right on top of the rock he just threw. Still not at a point where he can remove any guards, but there will be on his next shot. So needs to curl a little bit, like to get it over there so it stays on the inside if they can. Not quite, but not bad. So Mooibroek's got his 2 guards. Figures that's enough to start to try to figure some things out. So he's going to come down and tap that back. He'll ask Scott Mitchell to throw, I don't know, back 8 or something like that. Try to bump it back a little bit. Flop a little bit maybe behind the center guards rather. Let it go. He might be a little light on this. Might get away with it, and he will. Good shot. I shouldn't say get away with it. That's basically what they wanted. Just probably in a perfect world, it would have had another 3-4 feet of weight is all. But a great spot. Now an opportunity to peel guards. Probably try to get a couple here. But he'll get just a high one. That's fine for now. I think Mooibroek will put that back. But I don't mean put it back, like just, oh, looks like a timeout call. So Sam Mooibroek and his squad with a timeout here in the 8th end. And we will give you a quick update while we have an opportunity. So, after 6 ends of play, Zhu from China, 6-4 lead over Klima, with Klima having hammer in 7. Our game we know, Ramsell with a 4-2 lead over Knapp. in 7 as well. Knapp having hammer. And Keenan Yamaguchi are tied at 4, or tied at 5 rather, playing in 7 as well. Yamaguchi with hammer in that one. So we've got a 6-4, 6-4, 4-2, and 5-5. Pretty good games for the quarterfinals here in Martensville. Difficult situation for Mooibroek to figure this out here, but I think he has to go long. I don't think he can afford to go in yet. I know he's going to have to go sometime, but I don't think this is it. You're only going to be throwing your third rock at the end. You could play the guard of this one, make him waste another shot, peeling the guard, and assuming he might make the double peel on you if you come a little too deep, but he may not either. So the next shot you could probably play, go down, tap the red that's on the edge of the button, and probably flop on top of Brunner's other red stone, which wouldn't be too bad. I think that's ultimately a shot that they're going to play. Anyway, it's just a matter of whether or not to play it right now. It looks like they're going to play it right now. So Scott Mitchell with his second shot here in the 8th end, trailing Michael Brunner of Switzerland. 6-4, but more importantly, without hammer playing that last end. Down those 2 points. So Mitchell now looking to get about a half of the red stone with not very much weight. Just flop over on top of the other red, but I think he's light. He's going to maybe get it. Well, no, he's pretty good. Ah, perfect. He's perfect. Never mind, pretty good. That great shot. Reminder again that our next draw is coming up. That will be the semifinals, all the semifinals. So the 2 ladies women's semifinal and 2 men's semifinals. And they will pick the guard off. And in those semifinals, DuPont will face Reese Hansen. And Christina Black will take on Caitlin Laws. The men's semifinals will have, as far as I can tell, I'm pretty sure that the winner of this game will take on the winner of the Klima Zoo game. And the winner of the Ramsville Knapp game will take on the winner of Keenan Yamaguchi. Either way, we will be down to basically just 4 men's teams and 4 women's teams left when we get through this draw and when we come back at 8:30 this evening, local time. Ryan Weeb now throwing up a guard. He's had to work hard on that. Really hard. And it's a really long guard. So more almost wide open on the yellow one here. But that will leave guard. It will be a guard he can use, but it's just I don't know, just way too long really. But it's all you got, so you got to try to use it. He's going to see if it's a little tight on the release on this. He might be on the guard, and he is. I didn't think the guard was really worth anything, but it is when you turn that shot in. So sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you throw them. You got to get them going in the right direction. So now Mooibroek sitting 2 with a guard on the outside one. Ryan Weeb could be making for a very interesting last shot or 2 here. This is Ryan Weeb's last shot. He is trying to throw up a guard again. Something a lot longer, a lot tighter than the previous guard. without going in. That looks pretty good. So Anthony Pitaud here will be playing the run back. He could get 1, 2, or 3 of these. I probably can't get 3. The third one's going to have a press to make that go anywhere, but could easily get a couple of these out. In turn, run back with some big weight, trying to get almost to the nose of it, and he won't quite get there, so the guard is gone, but tell you, it could be interesting. Well, it is interesting already, but it could be very interesting when Michael Brunner has to throw his last 2 shots, especially his last shot. So Mooibroek going with the guard once again. Doesn't have a ton of choice, to be honest. Wants to get to the center line. And he will. Close enough. So Brunner will see if he can make contact with this rock in the house, or a couple of rocks in the house. He can just hit the one on the top of the 4-foot and fly, so that will only leave the single yellow. You would see Mooibroek come down to the yellow, freeze right on it, and he would sit 2, and Brunner would be probably forced to draw full 4-foot for the victory. And he will have just a straight peel as well. So an interesting call coming up for Sam Mooibroek. Do you throw the exact same shot up there and say, well, if you do, what does Brunner do? I don't think he'd take a chance on running anything back there. I think he would play a draw or a tap, if you will, on the rock that is frozen. So I think that's the option there. Or do you come down and play the shot that we said that Sam might have to play if they made the other shot, where you come down and freeze in the proper line on the yellow on the red, just bump it far enough that you're sitting 3, which basically means what? Probably maybe a rock's length, maybe not quite. Got to keep the line right, though. I think he'll be going with a straight guard here and force Brunner to probably play a draw. He might play the run back. You just got to be careful because it comes with a little bit of risk. If you're actually trying to make it, it comes with a little bit of risk because it wouldn't take much to get it going the wrong direction and jam something on the other rock. It's a pretty interesting lesson in how you can manufacture points here without a whole lot of help from guards. It had a little bit, but Sam Mooibroek now basically playing the same shot he just played. Doesn't need to be real long, or real tight rather. probably good. Might not want to go any tighter. You know what? He might be close enough that Brunner does go after the run. Plus, if he goes after and doesn't hit anything, he's still got a tie. And he is going to run this one back. If he hits it right on the nose, hits it anywhere, he probably wins. Unless he hits it really, really, really thin on the opposite side of the center line as we look at the overhead. And we got another timeout coming up. It's got to be, I think that's just a timeout maybe. I don't even know if that was a timeout, but I think it was just to protect against the time clock, I suspect. I can't see the time clock good enough to know how much time they have left. So anyway, a run back on the yellow. It's only basically a 4-foot run back. Make contact with the yellow. I think anywhere, we could say, safe to say anywhere. And he will have a victory here, probably a 1-point victory. And move on to the semifinals. Michael Brunner in the hack. See where we are here. Looks pretty good. Should be okay. And he will. And Michael Brunner with another good shot. Holds Mooibroek to a single here in end number 8. And he will have a 6-5 victory here in Martensville in the men's quarterfinals at the Grand Slam of Curling Tier 2 event. Well-played game for the Swiss. They will advance to the semifinals, as we said before. I don't know who they're going to play yet. We have to wait for that game to end. But that will conclude our presentation here from this one. I'm Jim Nixon. For myself and for Matthew, we would say good night. Thanks very much for joining us, and be sure to watch the next games at 8:30 here on Curling Stadium.